Yo, 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 everybody, we back with Couchtalk1of1. My beautiful 1/3 of my team is back on the scene with us. What's going on?
Hey!
And that's what we get. We have Miss Leah B with us in the building today. How you doing this evening?
I'm good, how are you?
Man, I'm doing great, doing great. So, we're going to jump right into it. Music.
Yes.
Tell us about it, what you got going on.
Right now, I just released my second EP called Bittersweet. It's streaming everywhere right now, so you guys can go check that out.
Bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the bitter and what's the sweet part?
I made it because, well, basically behind my story, like backstory behind calling it that is because like I went to college, came from college, and I guess like where I'm at in my life right now, relationships, all that personal, it's good and it can be good and bad, so that's why I called it Bittersweet.
Okay. So, you know, when he said you was coming and we talked about it, I had to do my background search.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stuck on You.
Yes.
Tell me about this song. What's up with Stuck on You?
Stuck on You, I wrote that song when I actually was stuck on somebody. I like could not get over this dude I was talking to, and well, to be real, he ended up not choosing me, I guess, and he ended up finding somebody else.
I regret it, don't worry.
Yeah, he wanted to be with. He ended up getting her pregnant, by the way, so I dodged that bullet. I dodged that bullet, so it's all good. But a good song came out of it. I made a music video to it, and I made it like a college-themed love story where there was like a girl who met a guy at a party and she couldn't get over him. So yeah.
So the video, like you said, the
Yeah.
college into it, I watched it to make sure I could ask you questions about it.
Yeah.
It was very well put together.
Thank you.
You had that look, and everybody's doing it, so don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
You had a little Beyonce lap dance scene in there.
No.
With you and all your girls. So, what was up with that? Because some of the guys in there look like they didn't know what to do.
Are you serious?
Some of the guys
Okay,
like they in the strip club, they're too
First of all,
excited.
backstory to that is we were outside and it was like -3 degrees first of all. So it was really cold outside and we had to keep retaking the scene. So like I was trying to make sure they were in it as much as possible, but at the same time like they were freezing. So if they did look like they were like not doing good, maybe that's why. Yeah, I kind of did get my inspiration from Beyonce with the lap dancing. I wanted to do something different as far as like not just doing a music video, just standing there like singing, being cute, because like you see that all the time.
You want to tell a story like old school?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, well, like in India, I really haven't seen any female artists do both in a music video, so I kind of wanted to just like bring that.
Okay, so
in there.
you want to go back, and you know we all watched the BET Awards last
Yeah.
night. You want to go back to like that Mary J. Blige?
Exactly.
Okay, so see, you got to bring that to the forefront. You
Yeah.
know, so you were stuck on a guy. You know, you gave
Yeah.
us a little background about it. When you finally got that song on paper, how did you feel?
Every time I write a song and I write it about like I write from experience most of the time, or from what somebody else they might have told me about the relationship or something like that, and then I write it. It just feels good to get it out, and then but you never know. This is the thing about songwriting, is you don't know how other people are going to respond to it. So it's like you could have just told your whole life story and then the song comes out terrible and like nobody even likes it. So really it's an art to be able to tell a story and then put it in a way where like people can still connect with it, and that's what I love about songwriting. So once I got it out, it felt great. People love the shit, so.
True.
Yeah.
You know, and I like the point with the guys verse in there.
Yeah.
Because it gives us a perspective, because we can be stuck on somebody too.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah, y'all can definitely be. Yeah. Young Cross. He's actually from. He's from Atlanta, and he actually I didn't actually Fresh Does It.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually supposed to be on that song. Yeah. He actually has a version of it. And what ended up happening, he just came in the studio, we were vibing in a session, and I came in there and he was just doing it, and I was like, oh shit, like I actually kind of like that, because like I said, the song was supposed to be like how I was stuck on a dude, so really I was looking for like that kind of vibe, but then he like put a twist on it, talking about how he was stuck on the girl, so I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the video overall, I liked it.
Thank
the
you.
presentation was good. It was well put together.
I'm glad.
You know, it wasn't one of them ones where you look at it and be like, it's with an iPhone.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
The Olu visuals, he shot that. He's dope. So, yeah.
Okay, so
everybody go check him out.
now that you said your second EP out?
Yep.
What's your next goal? What's the next thing on the list for you?
The next thing on the list for me right now is I want to go on tour next. So I want to do like a mini tour kind of like in Indiana. So like going to like Tipton, Indiana, Kokomo, Indiana, like all around Indiana and kind of go out like that. I'm really trying to master my stage performances right now because like that's the biggest part of it. Like I think, well, every different, what am I trying to say? Like all of them it's a different, like a different, like realm, like a different thing that you have to put towards it. Like you have to master being able to studio record, then you have to master your art and it, of just like singing, and then you have to master like being on a live stage. And usually I would do tracks, I would do like songs, I would perform with tracks, and now I'm like performing with bands and stuff. So I'm really trying to like master that, because once you're able to perform live, like you get paid the most from like getting booked at things. So really my next step with Bittersweet is just to, we're just pushing it, I'm promoting it and working on my live performance to start touring, yeah.
Okay. So, music versus the band, which do you prefer though?
Like track versus band? It's okay, it depends on the event really, because when I first started off, I was doing stuff like, I was opening for 21 Savage, Lifo, Bibby, like drill rappers, which it really didn't make sense because I sing to be doing that. But like when I first started, those were the kind of things I was getting at, so I was just taking the opportunity. But when you do stuff like that, you don't really want to have a band in a club. It just doesn't make sense. So you would do it with a track. And if you're doing something like a wedding or something, you don't want to have a track because you want it to be like that real feeling. So it just really depends. So like I like both. They're very much, even doing that, they're very different. So it's just about like mastering it, I think.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was a good question.
So, tour, mastering Indiana. You know, a lot of artists, and I'm gonna put you in that category, a lot of artists, they get a little pub and they dip.
Yeah.
You know, they would rather go put on for Atlanta, Chicago, but they be their home base in Indiana.
Agree.
So you being an artist, you said you want to get to your realm, get your realm
Yeah.
set. So you want to take care of Indiana first.
Yeah, I really do. And I think people, it's like a misconception. People think if you go to New York or Chicago or some bigger city, then like you're like, now you're like a fish in a big pond. Like you could have stood out in your city and now you're like, it's like starting all over again. And I think it really just, like I said, I think it all goes back to like, if once you've mastered, first of all, mastering your craft. I stress that so much because if you're not, if you haven't mastered your craft and then you have popularity but you haven't mastered it, and then you go somewhere else because you're like, oh, I'm popping, like it's all about, how do I explain this? Like, okay, you might be say you're like popular on Instagram, right? So say you got like 10,000 followers on Instagram, and then you throw a show and only like 20 people show up, but like you're popping on there, but when they see you live, you're not sounding good.
Yeah.
Then you're not even gonna get rebooked. You see what I'm saying? So like you're popular, but you're not getting rebooked. So going to another city, trying to, you know, like, I feel like people do it to say they did it, kind of like, oh, I'm in Atlanta, I'm here, I'm there, but it's just like, are you really making any money? Like, are you really? I'm sorry, I'm like going off subject right now, but so really, I think like just taking care of like my city first, like making sure like people here know me first is important to me, because then it gives me a chance and space to grow as an artist. Like once you go to New York or somewhere like that, like they're expecting you, like you came here and you're acting like you're here, like show us that you're here then, you know, like you don't have a reason to be messing up when you perform or having low sales on the album.
You're this small in other big cities.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That.
Like I said, you have to rebuild yourself back up. So I'm actually not even from Indiana, so I grew up here, and so that's why, like I say, like put on for my city. Now I can say that, but yeah.
Okay. So where are you originally from? So let's start there.
Okay, so that is a kind of like a long story.
Just give us the
okay, so basically, long story short, my mom is from Morgantown, West Virginia. Her mom was killed when she was a child by her boyfriend. She moved. She didn't want to be there anymore. She ended up going to Illinois. She met my dad. My dad was abusive, and she ended up meeting my stepdad, who was a pastor, and he wanted to move here, and his vision was like to have a church and all that. And actually, that's how I started singing, because he had me singing in church. but I hated it because I hated him. He was abusive and all that, but I think everything happens for a reason, you know, like that was God's plan for me, and through gospel wasn't my way of speaking to people, but like R&B is, and I think like that's how I got here.
Okay,
That's how I
so
got here.
churches,
Yeah,
they produce some of the best singers.
they do.
They produce some of the best singers. Who do you look up to? Who do you, if you could pick one person right now, who would you want to sing with?
That's a church singer?
No, just in general. One of your, I don't want to say an idol, but a mentor. Who would you want to just be on the stage and rock out with?
That's famous.
Mm-hmm. Well, they don't have to be famous. You might introduce the people to somebody new.
Yeah.
In our city, I'll say her, Kim Kenny. She's like one of the best singers in the city. She's actually my vocal coach. She does opera, she does Broadway, she does gospel, she does like everything, and she's like absolutely amazing. So to share the stage with her would be like an honor. But if we're talking about like famous, it's hard. I really don't know.
She's so passionate. Do you see her face?
I mean, she's ready. She's really trying to figure out who is it.
I really don't know because because when people say like who is my inspiration, like as far as like who do I sound like and stuff like that, like it's a hard, like I like artists based on like for instance like Beyonce, love her because stage like she's vocals A1, and then if we're talking about somebody like Sierra, like I like her because she mastered dancing. Like I like them all for different reasons, and then I like put it together and like I'm Leah B. So I can't even answer that. That's sad. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not, because you really kind of just told us you would want to do like a ladies' night, like Lil Kim did back in the day with all
like
the ladies all on one stage.
I like that.
And
Yes.
then you'd have your dancing, you'd have your singing,
Exactly.
and you'd be able to rock it.
Perfect vocals, great live band, great dancers.
Okay. So, artists here in the city.
Mhm.
You mentioned Fresh Does It.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Any other artists here in the city that you would like to work with, get on a song with?
Singers.
They don't have to be singers. They can be rappers. Whatever you want to do.
Who would I like to do a song with? I want to do a song with Hennessy. I think that would be dope if I did a song with her. Somebody else I want to do. Yadin Cole. He's really amazing. He's a guitarist, also a singer-songwriter. Who else do I want to do a song with? Kitty, that would be dope. Me and her actually talked about doing a song together before. Oops, sorry about that. We actually talked about doing a song before. I actually do stuff like Stuck on You, but then I also have like stuff with Tone Trapper called Motivation, so I can't kind of like do both, like the raunchy like hood stuff. I love that. So Kitty Red, Paris, that would be, how the hell did I forget her? Yes. Oh my gosh, there's so many, y'all. Allison, Victoria, she's amazing. Do you guys know Allison?
I haven't heard of her. But you just gave me somebody to go look up on Instagram, or
Is that her Instagram name?
Yeah. Allison Victoria. She's great. I'm really down with collabing with anybody. Like I think for the most part, I really don't see that many female collabs, and I really don't see that many singer collabs. Like you just don't. You see singer and rapper collabs, but you really never see like two singers, together. So yeah. Anybody? Do you have somebody in mind? Like you think you could see me collab with?
Don't let me get started.
You said my Kitty Red. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. You said Kitty Red. You said Paris. That's it.
That would be dope.
That's.
But I think too, I want to put that out there. Like I know for hip hop, like they're the names of hip hop in the city. But I think people don't really stress like the names of R&B, like you know what I mean? Because like you said, like you don't know who like Allison or Yadeen or like what's her name, Kiana Watley, like people like that. Like nobody knows who they are because I feel like mainly in indie it's really like hip hop driven. So like if you don't like, I'm blessed enough that I can like do both. Like I can do a song with a rapper and just like sing more of a jazz or whatever feel. But some artists like only strictly do jazz. They only strictly do, you know, and they really don't get the light shine on them that much if they don't do hip hop, I feel like. So I think that's kind of a downside if you're a singer. If you're a singer here and you were like a bigger singer, nobody would still like really know who you are. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, see, that's where everybody's got to come together.
Yeah.
You know, like, it would be like you getting on with Kitty.
Yeah.
And then if she had another song that you felt that, you know, you might be like, nah, that song ain't for me, but I have another vocalist for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everything needs to be like a networking.
Exactly.
You know, but like you said, in indie, not a lot of people network outside their circles.
They don't, and that's, I always say that, like, I think at first, when I was like trying to figure out my style and stuff, I'd be so confused because I could go to somewhere like, it's called That Piece Open Mic, and they have like people who are like, they're all about like the culture and like woke, and like they have music that's like jazz infused. Yeah,
They do that?
yes.
Exactly. Tell me that place. I want to go to
Yeah,
one.
That Piece Open Mic, and then I can,
open mic.
yeah, and then and just like
Look, nigga alone,
yes.
I love
Oh
Jones.
my God. Go somewhere like that, and I can, you know, do my art there, but then I can go somewhere to like a club or something and perform there, and not a lot of people can, like I said, do both. So then I was like, I don't know which one do I fit in, you know, because most people don't do both. So I think that too, I don't think that there's a lot of people who actually can do both.
Yeah, but if you feel you can, don't ever put yourself in a bubble.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Don't ever put yourself in a bubble, because you could be on a big stage one day and then go to another town that really don't have no big stages and spit your poetry.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That'll kind of, you know,
Being
get going.
versatile, you know?
Good. You got to be versatile, especially in the music industry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you just stay stuck in your,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it becomes a whole bunch of, okay, well, she's she gonna do one thing. She got one trick.
For that, I think, I always have something to say about something. But for that, I think some people, it depends on the artist, because some people get away with just doing one thing, like the Baby, for instance. Like, people know, like, that's his sound, like, and some people are like, all his songs sound the same, but it's like, that's his thing, you know? And then there's, well, what other rapper could I use, for instance? Or, like, do you know, like, another rapper who, like, you can't see them, like, they dabble in other things. Like, does Travis Scott do that?
Nah,
he has his sound, doesn't he? Yeah, he pretty much has.
He's got a sound, but he's just kind of his own.
Who do you know who, like?
The Migos have their own sound, and people are trying to imitate it a little bit.
Well, I guess people do. Like, people, Drake. Yes, perfect.
Of course. Can't go on without saying champagne
Drake,
poppy.
Yeah. Are you upset? Are you upset?
Kind of happy.
Drake is perfect.
Guy in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, but that's like a perfect example. Like, some artists like can do that, and then some artists like just have their thing, and like it just depends on the artist, I think. So, I guess nothing wrong if you just do one or the other.
Okay.
When do you feel like you write the most? Like, is it when do you feel like you write the most, and what do you do when you're writing? Like, is it blinds closed, music, what is it?
Yes, so sometimes when I write, okay, so like I was working at Walmart, and I'll be on my break, and like I'll just be listening to beats, and I literally just be writing on a receipt. And like, I think actually when I wrote Stuck on You, I was at my house, and it was just like dark. So it just depends. Like, sometimes I write in my car, sometimes I write at work, sometimes I write.
So just when it comes to mind.
Yeah, whenever it comes to mind. But I think my favorite is like when it's dark, and I'll put like the flashlight on my phone, and then I'll just write. And yeah.
Okay. So, solitude.
Yeah, I love that.
You write all your songs?
Yeah, I do. I would love to work with other songwriters. I think nowadays, like, I seen that like people were like mad at City Girls because they were like saying they didn't write that song. As a songwriter,
Yachi wrote that, right?
Huh?
Yachi, he wrote that.
Yeah, he did. I think it's, what was I saying? I just got like, sorry. I think it's great. What was I saying?
Talking about songwriters, working with other
What did you
songwriters.
say? What did you say? That
Do
made
you
me
write
say
your
that?
own songs?
Yes. Okay, I remember now. I do write my own music.
What's in the water bottle?
I know. I know.
Man.
No, but I do write my own music, but I think nowadays, like, it's, like, looked upon, like, if you do write your own music, people are like, oh, yeah, like, she writes her own music. But at the same time, like, I'm all down for working with other songwriters because, like I said, like, I want to grow in every area. So even as a songwriter, if it's somebody who you're writing Beyonce songs, something like that, like, please help me grow. So, yeah, I would be down to working with other songwriters.
I don't understand why people are making that an issue. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
hey.
I think
some of your
rappers.
favorite songs,
Yeah.
some of your favorite, like Neo wrote
Neo
songs for
wrote-
Beyonce,
yeah.
Mhm.
Carrie Hilson,
The
and Carrie
Dream,
Hilson wrote
the Dream is a
songs.
big one.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you have all these people that stepped out on their own. Neo did real good.
Yeah.
Beyonce wrote for other people. Rihanna,
Yeah.
like, but when it comes to rap,
Oh, yeah,
that
rap is totally
ghostwriter,
different.
Yeah.
Like, people hate
Yeah.
that.
yeah, I mean, but
Like,
They
I know,
feel
like,
like
that's
it's not
what-
original. I
Yeah.
guess that's what they feel
Mhm.
like. So.
People are loving, like, Megan Thee Stallion because, like, they're saying, like, she has it all. What are you thinking about?
I mean-
he's, like, smiling, like,
I mean,
what's
Megan,
that?
Megan came out with
She's just, like, she's tight.
yeah, she comes
She
out.
can spit, like, for real.
I would say